Good to see you again this year.
You
thanks
too.
Thanks for joining us for a video to promote the Symphony Orchestra's season opener.
It's my pleasure.
Coming up this weekend, Mozart and Mahler.
Right.
Talk about the lineup. Why you picked what you picked.
Well, the main reason is that Mozart and Mahler are my two favorite composers, and I love programming them together because I see some connection between them. Mozart kind of perfected the symphony. Symphony started before him. We talk about Haydn as being the father of the symphony. He experimented with the genre, and sometimes some of Haydn's symphonies turned out unusual, weird sometimes, wonderful, full of surprises. Mozart kind of perfected them, really brought them to a genius level, and then many years later, Mahler was kind of the last symphonist. He kind of summarized the symphonic world, everything that came before him, and that's why his symphonies are so rich and so full of many different things. He himself said that the symphony should contain the whole world, or even the whole universe, and that's kind of what his music is about.
And so, what pieces are going to be featured?
So the first half of the concert, we are going to perform Mozart's D minor concerto. Mozart wrote 27 piano concertos. Almost all of them are in a major key, but only two in the minor key, the D minor one and the C minor. So they are a little bit more darker pieces, more serious. The D minor concerto was very influential on Beethoven. Beethoven was very impressed by it. He played it himself. So did Brahms and Clara Schumann and many other great composers. So it really impacted these great musicians. It starts in a very uneasy way with these syncopations in the orchestra that they play. So let's imagine that these syncopations weren't there, that it was on the beat. Not as good, not as suspenseful, not as agitated, like this bass. And it grows, and comes to a point where the whole orchestra is playing. Stormy music, that the whole orchestra is playing. And then the amazing thing is that when the piano comes in for the first time, it plays something completely different, like nothing happened before, very introverted. Different world, and this tension between the piano and the orchestra, that's what makes this piece. And I'm going to play the piano part.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Kind of, do you have nerves?
I have nerves. I have nerves
because it's a little bit different. You're a showman. You put on a show for the crowd, but playing, that's different.
Yes, this is why the piano is set up this way. so I can face the orchestra, facing the players with my back to the audience, you know. So I can also conduct sometimes when I'm not busy playing. Other times I just look at them and motion with my head, or it's really about listening, you know, a lot of listening to each other and playing chamber music together.
Have you done this before?
No. I've played and I've conducted this piece, but never together. So this is really a dream come true for me to do it.
That's amazing.
Something that I wanted to do, you know, for a long time, and I'm so happy I get to do it with these people here that are my colleagues and friends, and we're having a really good time together.
And so you've been rehearsing with the orchestra this week, or?
Yes, we started yesterday, last night, and rehearsals today and tomorrow, and then the performances are Saturday and Sunday.
Sunday's new this year. You have a matinee for some of the folks who can't make it Saturday night.
Exactly. We added a couple of matinees this season to give more options to people to choose from, and but that's not all that we have on the program. On the second half of the program, as I said, we're going to play some Mahler, his fourth symphony, which is the smallest symphony that he wrote in terms of time. You know, it's the shortest symphony, and also it's perhaps the most lyrical and graceful symphony of his symphonies. It starts with the flutes and sleigh bells playing. I don't have sleigh bells here, but you can imagine the at the same time. And then the violins come in. So a very graceful, very beautiful melody, and it's just gorgeous, the whole piece. And of course there are some powerful places, you know, like in life, you know. And what's interesting about this piece is that the last movement has a singer, which is unusual for a symphony. Usually a symphony is only it's only instrumental, but also of course it comes from Beethoven. Beethoven was the first one who did this in his 9th symphony. As we know, it has a chorus, it has soloists, so Mahler is inspired by that.
Are you going to sing also?
I don't think the audience wants me to. Yeah, so we're going to have a wonderful singer. Her name is Liv Redpath, and she's going to sing. And that movement is actually about heaven, from a standpoint of a child describing what life in heaven might be. She is a beautiful singer. She sings just gorgeous. And when I was, you know, I don't like singers so much. I'm very picky, and even more than instruments, you know. If there's something a little off with the vibrato, with the phrasing, I just can't listen to that. And when I heard her for the first time, I just loved her singing. Very warm voice and very intelligent singing. So I'm very happy that she's joining us.
Excellent. So a couple things that are kind of new for the audience this year, for the season opener. It sounds like it's going to be really exciting. You know, you playing, you know, having a singer join the orchestra, having the Sunday matinee. We're on the stage extension to you know, you debuted last year
That's right.
to help with the acoustics. So it's really an exciting start for the year.
Yeah, that's right. We're also trying a new setup in the orchestra, a little bit new. So instead of the cellos and basses being on the right side, they are moving to the left side, and on the right will be the second violin. So the violins are split between my left and my right. That's what we call the German setting. And the percussion that used to be on the left side is now at the back of the orchestra. And we are very curious to hear how it will sound. I think so far people are liking it in the orchestra, and it works very well.
It's exciting. It's exciting. It's just all. It's nice to get the year started with kind of a bang. So
Exactly.
Saturday and Sunday, Mozart and Mahler. Tickets are still available. I'm assuming.
Yeah,
So
Sam?
just come to the Zeiterion box office and come hear Yaniv play a little bit.
Yeah, wow, that's gonna be. Yeah, that's I can't believe. It's something that we've been planning for months and months, and it's kind of surreal to see it finally happening. This is it. This is happening this weekend.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.